Welcome to Robot Wars, the 6th Wars, and Heat 6 sees the return of Stinger number 11 seeds. They spin a lot. There's new boys Chompalot and 13 Black fighting again. They've never done a lot. Will Thermidor end up in the pit again? Who'll be caught out by the floor flipper? Or by the clutches of the house robots? Watch out for the huge Demolition Man. Can Opener survive? Who can topple the biggest of the challengers? What'll happen when the drop zone's activated? And in the struggle for a semi-final place this series, will Fluffy prove a serious contender? They'll have to handle hammer blows and fearlessly fly off the floor flipper. Now, if you're a gambling man, would you back 13 Black or Double Trouble? Spin to win? Or simply cruise and lose? If your opponent doesn't get you, we will. Enter the Robot Wars arena at your peril.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Master of Mayhem, Craig Charles.
Oh yes, welcome to Heat 6 of Robot Wars, now in its 6th war. So remember, those of you who said we were just about toasters and vacuum cleaners throwing a paddy, it's now an international sport. Roboteering's now in the dictionary. The judges are now worldwide sex symbols. All right, they got a fan letter from a granny in Dudley. But the main thing is, we're here to stay. I mean, try shifting this lot. It's time to shake, battle, and roll. Let the wars begin.
What a menu, a flick of flame, and we have barbecued bot, hammer mash machine, robots tossed into piffling pancakes. We'll tenderize a few and send others into cold store. Tasty. What a great heat we have here in the making. The return of Thermidor, a robot which, when it first started competing, I described as a fun, cute comedy lobster bot. Now it has one of the most feared flippers in the war zone. So let's see where it features in round 1.
From Sinfin in Derby, Chompalot.
The Cook family have served up a real beast here.
OK, Chompalot team, huddled together in the corner because you're all very nervous, aren't you? Because it's the first time here, first time at Robot Wars. Now, what are you going to get them with? What's the dragon going to fly in with?
Hopefully his mouth, his beak.
His beak, right, so that's your major weapon.
Yeah.
You want to know who you're up against, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Thermidor, 13 Black and Stinger.
Ow.
Yeah. Ow is a good place to leave it.
They call it a Dragon-class rapid offensive unit with wings, a zero-turning circle, the wings are self-righting, jaws, yes, everything, but it's vulnerable to knights in shining armour.
From Costasy in Norwich, Thermidor 2.
Fighting for a 4th time, once series at semi-finalists.
Is he new and improved?
He's had 1 or 2 minor little tweaks.
Go on, minor little tweaks or...
we can't really tell. You've got to let the opposition know.
Come on, you can tell me and them.
Well, Dave has tweaked the speed controllers a bit, so we should have a bit more power behind us.
Right, you're up against Stinger. Does that worry you?
No, we're tossed him out the arena before, so we'll certainly try and do that again.
Oh, fabulous. I love it when they go out the arena.
Has the pneumatic flipper a SREMEX strong compact design, but there is a limited gas supply and the flipper can be flipped.
From Branston in Lincoln and number 11 seed, Stinger.
Grand finalists in Series 4, unpredictable, but I love them.
So, the lobster, right, reckons that you're going out of the arena.
The lobster doesn't know what he's talking about. We're going to chop his flipper off and
I wondered
take
what you were
his
going to
claws
say
away.
then, sir. Yeah, well, you don't look in a very fit state to do it. Are you going to be ready?
Yeah, of course we'll be ready. It takes about 2 minutes to pop these wheels on.
Inside the 2 dome wheels, the electrics and mechanics rotate around the solid axle. A heavy tail secured to the axle has conrods from a car engine, difficult to control.
from Hinckley in Leicestershire, 13 Black.
Go on, sir, try your luck. Spin the wheel. No more bets, please.
13 Black. Unlucky for some,
Yes.
but hopefully lucky for you guys.
Unlucky for the opposition.
Rumour is rife that you're the robot to watch.
Well, that's definitely true.
Joint fastest in the heat at 20 miles an hour. Polycarbonate double spinner weapons. It's covered in holographic wrapping paper, which can be shredded. And I don't like the radio control system much.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams. 13 Black there on the left, captained by John Denny. Chompalot, captained by Simon Cook. And on the left, Thermidor 2, David Harding's the captain, and Stinger with Kevin Scott leading his team. So Chompalot leads our house robots into the fray in the arena. Ooh. And Dead Metal. Go on, give us a smile, Dead Metal.
3, 2, 1.
So, are we watching for 13 Black here? Or Thermidor 2? Or the seeded Stinger? Great battle. Chompalot, newcomers. Meanwhile, Stinger top left there, getting involved in early action with Thermidor 2. 13 Black away, the pit release. Activated very early on. Thermidor 2 spinning very closely. Stinger, you never know what to expect with them, and just on the edge. It is difficult to control, and 13 Black nearly took the initiative there on the advantage, and very nearly shoved Stinger down. Chompalot onto one wheel of 13 Black, getting a grip. Good weapons work from 9-year-old James Cook at the controls. And I think Thermidor is in trouble. Chompalot keeps up the attack. There you can see their team with Stinger, but Thermidor, they look perplexed. And the ref bot is counting them down and out as immobilised. Funny thing is, I think the weapon's still working. There it is, Thermidor. Wait, so yes, it is. Flipped up Dead Metal. 13 Black. Well controlled. In the thick of trouble there is Thermidor. There is 13 Black now with Chompalot. Now, is Chompalot moving? For me, Thermidor 2's already been counted out, so whatever you see from that machine now is irrelevant. It certainly is now. And 13 Black on the flame pit. Question for me, how active is Chompalot? You see there the front beak-type jaws have been bent and buckled. 13 Black certainly the one to watch. And Stinger throughout, just ponderous here. Look, the ponderous pendulum has stayed out of trouble. Chompalot is being counted out. Look flamboyant with the wings and everything, but there's no more huff and puff in that dragon. And you're about to find out a harsh lesson in Robot Wars. The dragons, I'm afraid, have long since been extinct. 13 Black and Dead Metal. A blam and a slam, unlucky for some. Well, 13 Black has proved that for Chompalot, but what a very good first effort from the Cook family. It's a vibrant-looking machine, or it was, I should say. It's not too vibrant now. There goes the floor flipper. The dragonflies. Dragonflies. We make this up as we go along. Chompalot on the floor. It'll be okay to fight another day, I hope. Not today, but it was a valiant effort. The knights in shining armour didn't do it. The house robots eventually did. Chompalot and Thermidor 2 go out.
Well, Chompalot bit off more than it could chew for a big upset. Thermidor, a very fancied robot. It's in the pit. It's gone out. The winners are 13 Black and Stinger.
Disappointing, wasn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately so.
What happened? What was the damage caused?
We think Stinger hit us on the top of the lid,
Yeah.
which has bent our motor down.
There's the motor.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's basically locked all the drive up on one side.
So that won't go round at all?
No.
Okay.
So basically we're left going round and circles.
And that's why you were limping so badly?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is lobster for tea, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Come on! Oh, you know, it's always really sad when people come for the first time and then get mangled. Well, it's quite sad. But look, here is a mangled dragon. Point me the... Oh, my dear. You should see round the back. That's not very nice at all. Oh, are you gutted? Come here. Come here. You're not really gutted, are you? No. It's very hard when it's the first time and you got such a smashing, didn't you? They didn't let up, did they?
No.
We wanted a Chompalot more lobster, but crustacean is off the menu. 13 Black and Stinger, they're through.
From Enfield in Middlesex, Fluffy.
Yes, Fluffy by name, but not by nature.
Fluffy, tell me how you're going to cope up against Double Trouble, Can Opener and Demolition Man.
I think we're going to cut them into small pieces.
Do you?
Yes.
Have you got the weaponry to enable you to do so?
We have got the weaponry to do that, yes.
Steel frame with a 20-kilo spinner, very destructive, fast at 20 miles an hour, manoeuvrable, but a petrol-driven weapon. What, in my arena? Are you mad?
From West Bromwich in Birmingham, Can Opener.
Beware the yellow peril.
You've got quite thin armour, haven't you?
We have, but it is grade 4 titanium, so it should withstand a good beating.
Now tell me, this is a weapon to really have a good look at. So I'm going to give you a close look at it because it's powerful enough to crush a car, you say?
It will go through car skins and chassis very easily.
Two-wheeled, invertible, quick, agile, a crushing machine with the special hardened steel jaw tips and 6.4 tons of force. More bite than a great white.
From Potter's Bar in Hertfordshire, Double Trouble.
Oh yes, and we're twice as nice and you'll be gone in a trice.
Tell me about the robot.
Right, we've got two spinning wheels on the front, obviously 6,000 RPM, so we hope they're going to tear into our...
So 6,000 RPM is actually quite significant, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very fast.
I can show you there. It's on the damaged car.
Right.
There you are. How does it compare to like Hypnodisc?
A lot faster, but probably not quite as much weight in the disc, so we hope that it'll have a similar effect.
Two steel spikes and the two spinning car flywheel weaponry, 15 mile an hour top speed, agile but unstable. Ooh, double jeopardy.
From Southminster in Essex, Demolition Man.
Big, brutal and butch bird.
They say that their robot is powerful enough to pick up any of the other robots on the arena floor.
Certainly is. Capable of lifting 250 kilos. No effort at all.
And that's with these prongs here at the front. But you've also got an axe that goes 180 degrees.
180 degree arc, completely over, so we can actually hit both ends. It's got approximately around a downforce of around about 3/4 of a tonne.
So a double-ended multi-weapon robot, extremely powerful axe, 2 hits a second, lifting fork snowplow, which can tilt up to 120 degrees, the high centre of gravity, bad ground clearance and a bit slow.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams. First, Can Opener on the left, captained by Alistair O'Neill. Double Trouble on the right there, Captain David Johnson. Demolition Man, Captain Stephen Thomas, and Fluffy on the right. Peter Holwood is the skipper. There's Dead Metal in the arena for the house robots with the pincer and the serrated saw, and Sir Killalot with the lance and great crushing hands. Let's look out for Demolition Man. Top of your picture there. When that axe swings high, you're talking over a metre tall. Don't think we've had a competing robot as tall as that, but will it wobble? Can it be turned over? Double Trouble is giving a mighty shove there to Can Opener, which is caught in between the two. Demolition Man with their helmets on. In slams Fluffy. I like the look of Fluffy, knocked out in Series 5 in its heat final by Pussycat. No disgrace there then. Fluffy low centre of gravity is spun away, but has caused trouble to Can Opener. Look at this attack here, slicing into Can Opener. And that has opened a can of worms for those boys, Alistair O'Neill, Andy Kane and young 11-year-old Tom Kane. Double Trouble away to safety, comes in with a slam on Demolition Man. That's good work by Double Trouble. David Johnson, the captain, slamming in. Has Can Opener now been immobilised? May well have been with that initial attack on it by Fluffy. Certainly the slamming run from Double Trouble won't have done it any good. Demolition Man, still active. I don't think Can Opener is. And Sir Chompalot has prized it away from the melee. Dead Metal, they've given up the controls. The ref bot ready to count it out. Double Trouble has a word with the ref bot, it seems. That count is not for Double Trouble, it is for Can Opener. Well, they certainly bore the brunt of the initial attacks. Everyone seemed to gang up on poor old Can Opener. They're out, they're gone. They were beaten in round 1 of the last series in the heat, and they've gone again. Sir Chompalot has a glance. So too do the Demolition men, Stephen Thomas, Chris Lord and Damien Smith. There's their mighty machine. We were told about the multi-weaponry. We haven't really seen that in play. A rueful look from Can Opener as to what's going to happen to their machine. Well, Sir Chompalot is thinking about it. That's a worrying thought for you. The crowd want it flipped, and it sails across the arena floor. Can Opener. The ref bot is counting out Demolition Man. Well, it came in much hype, but we've seen nothing from the axe, the lifting forks, the snowplow. And DM stands for didn't do much. Demolition Man. Sorry, boys. Back to the site. Sir Chompalot comes in, and I think looked a little bit cagey there. Should I take him on, he thought. He's a bit of a heavy one, this brute, and wobbles it onto its side. They've taken it in the spirit of things, that's what we like to see. All the work, all the energy, all the cost, and now the drop zone. We think you're rubbish, Demolition Man. Now get the garbage can. Fair play. Demolition Man strong, but gone. This is the new feature, Robot Wars, the Sick Wars, the drop zone. Biff. Withstood it. Too late for Demolition Man, though. Already gone and counted out. Double Trouble and Fluffy through.
Poor Demolition Man, poor Can Opener. They got caught together, couldn't get apart. Not even Ref Bot could get them apart. So, by default, Fluffy and Double Trouble, they go through.
You can't even drive your trolley. Come on, more. Oh, and in the light, please. You can't even drive your trolley, let alone a robot. Promises, promises, and what happened?
Got well and truly stuck.
That was absolutely abysmal. You were saying we got weapons on both sides, 180-degree axe, we got this, we got that, we can lift up 10 cars.
We could, but we didn't anticipate being opened up like a can, which is what Can Opener did, but then he got stuck on us. And...
Yeah. So that was indeed an immense amount of pressure to cope with.
It was indeed.
Are you gutted?
Yeah, I am a little bit gutted, but there's always next year.
Okay, and what went on here now?
Right, that's Fluffy.
In with the damage cam, let's have a look. Fluffy did that?
Yeah,
really?
It still goes.
I didn't realise Fluffy had done so much damage.
It does go. So
and any more?
A bit round here. A bit of that. A bit of this. A bit of that and a bit of this.
Bit of that.
And a bit of that.
But the real damage, it's in here. In the heart. Pride is what's really dented here.
No longer part of our pit village people, Demolition Man and Can Opener, Fluffy and Double Trouble go through. And coming up in a minute, Double Trouble will meet 13 Black. First though, Stinger and Fluffy.
Right, Fluffy team. You're already looking a bit depressed, so I hate to give you this news. Stinger is who you're up against.
Right, yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear. What does that mean for you?
I don't know, he's quite a hard robot to attack. He's just wheels and a long stinger tail, so...
And there's no body to get hold of.
Exactly.
So I'll just come round here and find out how Stinger react to the news that you're up against Fluffy.
Fluffy, it sounds nice, but it's got a bit of a hammer.
It's not very nice, is it, really? But they're a bit worried about you because they said there's nothing to get hold of. And I said, well, you don't want to worry about that.
I don't know what to say, but they got these big hammers that are whizzing around quite fast. We can do the same with our tail, or we can come over the top and hit them on the bodywork.
And bash them.
Yeah.
Technical talk from the pits.
Bash them.
The thing about the melees is, You can lay low. Keep out of the way, keep your head down. But there's no hiding now. It's one-on-one. Let round 2 begin.
Fluffy.
The team family and friends, Peter and Richard Johnson, Peter Holroyd.
Stinger.
Lots of experience, Kevin Scott, Tim Mann and Carl Skinner.
Volunteers, stand by.
In the arena for the house robots, this second round clash, Mr. Psycho. Horrendous, isn't he? And Matilda, gorgeous in comparison. Oh, did I say that?
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Terrific battle here. Stinger, you just never know what's going to happen with that mighty mace. I mean, look. Is it easy to control, or are they just bad drivers? But when the mace comes down, Fluffy, watch out! Fluffy, meanwhile, has that 20-kilo spinner at the front, which looks devilishly destructive. The Stinger boys look on, and already it's even Stevens. Fluffy trying to get at those exposed tyres of Stinger. Within the hub slide, all the electronics, the 750-watt motor in each wheel, the battery system. Stinger, one wheel is working and one wheel has ground to a halt. Fluffy waiting its moment to come onto the attack. Stinger is going around in circles and that's just about it. Fluffy's first attack, really, of this second round clash caused so much damage. Is the wheel working now? Yes, they're okay again. They're okay again. Down comes the mace. Loose contact, I don't know, but they're all right now, I think, Stinger. Fluffy onto the flame pit. Now Stinger needs to work hard to get back, just in case it goes to a judge's decision. Fluffy with the steel frame. Difficult to penetrate, very destructive as well. But taking punishment from Stinger, I don't know how much destructive punishment. Down comes the mace again. Bang, slam. Where's Fluffy going now? Seems to have lost some speed. Can get up to 20 miles an hour when all is okay, but the Stinger boys, Kevin, Tim and Carl, making sure that Fluffy is having a few problems now. And they've driven themselves into the CPZ, and down comes the hammer of Mr. Psycho at 60 miles an hour, and with 30 kilos of weight, that hammer. It might miss once. Stay in there and get you. That's why Fluffy has come out. But Stinger here now, very much on top. You wouldn't have thought that a couple of minutes ago. Down comes the mace again. Kevin Scott, the captain, slamming down with the mace. It looks like a mighty pendulum, and the pendulum in this battle has certainly swung towards Stinger. Grand finalists in Series 4. They lost to Chaos 2, and Stinger are heading through because Fluffy are being counted out. Started this battle so well, but Peter Holroyd, Peter Johnson and Richard, the 18-year-old, are heading out gone. And Matilda just has a little look and a feel and a grope. What devilish design is going through that mechanical brain? Oh no. Oh no. Not Psycho's hammer. Ah, the floor flipper. Oh, that's all right then. Bang! Stinger, stay out of trouble. If I was you, you have more battles to come. Fluffy doesn't. Lifted away, over and out.
What a fight! What a fight! Fluffy fluffs his lines, gets immobilised and flipped. Stinger through to the heat final! Fluffy. It all seems to be going so well.
Yeah, we thought we were winning that until something's gone wrong again, like last year.
Your disc started making a hell of a racket as it was going around.
Yeah, I think it's been hitting something on the inside that it shouldn't be hitting.
Bit of mangled metal there.
Possibly.
Yeah. Disappointed?
Yeah.
You thought you had a good chance there, didn't you?
We did, yeah. We thought we'd disabled one of their wheels at one stage, but
Yeah.
it seems to have got back working again.
Yeah, well, they've been having lots of problems with their robot, and I thought if there's going to be a chance, the 11th seed, you see, if there's going to be a chance, I thought this was it for you guys.
Yeah, so did we.
It was not to be.
No.
It all ends in tears.
Again.
Are you going to come back?
Maybe, yeah.
Different robot, maybe? Maybe a new design? What do you think?
No, stay with this and try and get it working.
Stay with this and try and get it working.
Yeah.
Good luck to you, lads.
Thank you.
Let's hear it. This is Fluffy. Well, they're a bit disappointed, and I think rightly so.
Yeah, we were very lucky on that round.
I thought they had you.
Absolutely, but then something gives and you take advantage of it, and there's a lot of that happens in there.
I'll tell you what, though, I mean, I say 11 seeds, so you're one of the fancied robots. Does that put more pressure on you?
It's a lot of pressure. We've got a lot of work to do to keep it in good shape, so just keep our fingers crossed.
And you know the new boys on the block are all out to get you now, aren't they?
Massive robots out there. Really are some fabulous robots this year, so we're looking forward to meeting them.
Good luck. Let's see if you can go all the way. Ladies and gentlemen, go ballistic for Stinger!
So Stinger make their third Robot Wars Heat final, and it's bye-bye to Fluffy. Next up, 13 Black and Double Trouble.
Well, it's going to be a game of Russian roulette for one robot.
I think we can take them on.
The thing is, they've got two spinning discs, but they're not really of the calibre of yours.
Nothing in comparison.
Is there anything that can go wrong?
Everything can go wrong.
I like honesty. I'll leave it there. Come with me. Oh, frantic.
We fixed it.
You fixed it.
We fixed the front.
You
got to fix the motor.
You got a nice front panel there, but it's kind of the last, really, of your priorities.
We thought we'd get it nice and pretty for you.
How about the motor? That maybe should have been the first thing.
Oh, that's not going to be on camera yet,
is it the motor that went? What went?
Yeah, it was the motor's
damaged. I'm afraid the magnets come out of the motor, so we need to find. Well, we've got a spare motor. We need to get that going, get that in, so we can get working again.
Black.
Captain of the 13 Black team, John Denny's a crash test photographer by trade.
Double Trouble.
The Double Trouble captain, David Johnson's an electronics design engineer.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the house robots, Matilda, they can see the rear flywheel, don't look too closely, and Dead Metal with the serrated saw, the pincers.
3, 2, 1.
Now, because of the mechanical problems to Double Trouble, I'd have 13 Black odds on here. Double Trouble needs to get it over and done with early if it's to have a chance. 13 Black, 100 kilos, Double Trouble, 100 kilos. You wouldn't think that, would you, to look at the two machines out there? 13 Black, the quicker, the more manoeuvrable. They know it too. In it comes, 13 Black and Double Trouble. I think one of the weapons has gone. It has. Let's have a look. 13 Black came in, and one of the two spinning car flywheel weapons of Double Trouble has come completely off. And 13 Black already on the offensive, though they do look pensive still. But now they whip their machine up into a frenzy as Double Trouble can only look on in envy. You don't want to go near 13 Black when it's doing that. Oh dear, why did you go near that, Double Trouble? Didn't you hear me? 13 Black backs away. Apparently, I'm hearing from the pit they did hear me, but they chose to totally ignore me. Well, it's sensible sometimes. Most people think so. Double Trouble back on the attack on 13 Black. And now staying away from trouble. Warren looks on. Double Trouble being pushed and nudged. Not too sure whether both those weapons of 13 Black are now working. I don't think they are. This for a place against Stinger in the Heat final, don't forget. And the Stinger team want as much punishment caused to 13 Black from now on in, because I don't think there's any doubt as to which way this battle is going to go. Do you? Unless there's a major surprise now. The controls of 13 Black. Steady there in the hands of John Denny, the captain. Double Trouble sticking in there, mind you, and the fans will appreciate that. And it's a dogged performance by Double Trouble on the floor spinner. 13 Black may have just been nudged away there by Double Trouble to an effect whereby the 13 Black weaponry has been stopped. Now, are we going to see that shock, or is that too late from Double Trouble?
A good fight, but no clear winner. We're going to have to go to the judges. While they reach a decision, let's review that hot robotic action.
Craig, I don't think any doubt as to the robot in command early on. 13 Black, off came the weaponry of Double Trouble, ripped away. 13 Black, pirouetting, dancing, destructive. Double was in trouble, but they weren't finished off.
The judges have reached their decision. You know the criteria. They've gone for 13 Blacks! Well, to be honest, it's not really surprising, is it?
We weren't surprised, no, not at the end.
There's bits of your robot all over that arena.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Now, do you notice the difference in scale between your spinning wheels and their spinning wheels?
Yes.
And did you notice the difference in damage that occurred from their spinning discs rather than your spinning discs?
Yeah.
Why are yours so small? It seems so ineffective.
Yes, that's the problem. Well, it was really a case of what was available, so we used the car flywheels, you know, but perhaps we need to build our own like theirs and go for size a bit more, I think, yeah?
Are you going to come back?
Yes, of course, yeah, we'll be back
Bigger
next
robot,
year.
better robot, bigger spinning discs.
Bigger wheels, yeah,
bigger wheels.
Yeah, bigger discs.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Double Trouble. Come on! I tell you, mean robot.
Yeah.
I think one of your spinning discs didn't break down, didn't it?
It stopped. I don't know why it stopped. I just driving it around in reverse with the
It
other one.
stopped because you've been given it such a pounding.
Well, there was that as well.
and towards the end, I think the second one stopped as well, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
But there was bits of that robot all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, people are picking it out of their hair.
I had to duck at one point.
You had to duck. Nearly got it in the eye. I mean, what robots do you think, ooh, if I'm going to go all the way, I best avoid that till the final? I mean, who are your Brazil of robots that you think, oh, I don't want to go near them?
Flippers. It's got to be flippers.
Yes. Flippers,
yeah.
Because they can get under those discs, can't they, really? You know.
I mean, it will run upside down, but it's not very good.
This thing of spinning around, that's a bit chicken to me, that. I mean, that's like sort of, you know...
I was only doing it for show anyway.
Oh, was it? I thought you'd bottled it a bit.
It was a bit of a dare for the other team. Dare you come in and hit us.
And they did?
Yes.
And flew off in the other direction.
Amongst to them, yeah.
Anyway, it's nice to see you doing so well. We hope you progress further in the competition. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. 13 Black!
Mummy, why have I got a drive belt in my ponytail? Double Trouble out, 13 Black through. To the heat final. What a final against Stinger. Let's see how they got there. In round one, the fancy Thermidor were pitted. Stinger and 13 Black went through, 13 Black putting pay to Chompalot. In the other first round four-way melee, Can Opener and Demolition Man got stuck together and both went out as Fluffy and Double Trouble made it through. Round two, Stinger against Fluffy's Blade. Fluffy on top early on, but then went into the CPZ and was hammered. In the big race of the day, 13 Black met Double Trouble. Seemed to be on top. It went for the judges. They went for 13 Black.
Double spinning discs of doom, 13 Black. What can you do to them?
We're hoping to whack them straight on top of the discs and stop them spinning and hence stop them doing damage to us. That's the plan.
My question is, though, and it's going to be rhetorical because we're walking this way as I'm asking it, how are you going to do that with all of these bits on the table? I wonder. And where is 13 Black? That's another very good question. Oh, they're around here. Come on, right round here. Hello, you all keep moving around.
Yes.
Hello, you know you're up against Stinger.
Yes.
And how do you feel about that? What are you going to do to them?
Well, probably what we did in the heat, where we hit him.
And hit him.
And they stopped.
And
they
hit him.
didn't like it.
And hit him. Now, how are the discs? I know they weren't working very well before.
They're fine. We sorted motors.
Okay, and they're not going to go again?
Hope not.
Stingers in bits on the table over there. I don't know if you've seen that. That's quite encouraging.
I keep offering to help, but they say no. Why?
Yeah, I wonder.
So what do Craig and I think about this one up on the Crow's Nest? Well, you've got Stinger, seeded 11, hurly-burly, whirly-twirly, loads of experience. And you've got 13 Black with those innovative discs, but they had a very tough second round. It was a lot easier for Stinger. I think 13 Black have run their race, Craig. I think they're going to get beaten here. I'm going Stinger.
You know how much I like to agree with you, but and normally I would if Stinger was flying any other robot. Stinger, very difficult to get hold of. That strange design, you can't really get hold of it anywhere. But Nuclear on the Block, 13 Black, those spinning discs, very innovative, you say, but very, very powerful, awesome, destructive. And I think it's going to get hold of those rubber tyres and start peeling the rubber off those tyres. So you might say it's hurly, twirly and burly, but I reckon 13 Black's going to make it look a bit girly. Anyway, it's the heat final. Let the wars begin!
Well, they put the parts back together again. Stinger, Kevin Scott, Tim Mann and Carl Skinner.
13 Black.
Yes, they start as underdogs. John Denny, Richard Morris and their 13 Black machine.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the House Robots in this heat final, dead metal. And the other CPZ, ooh, Sir Chompalot. Look at those claws.
3, 2, 1, activate.
How much damage has been sustained by these robots earlier on in competition? 13 Black. We've already seen how one of those spinning disc weapons was immobilized in its second round clash. Stinger with the mighty mace, standing tall, looking. Down comes the mace, see the sparks fly there. Is it caught on the side of 13 Black? Again a slam, but no damage done to that main body of 13 Black. Gotta try and get the mace in underneath one of those wheels, I think. 13 Black on their... Oh, something's come off! Stinger there! You can just see it lying on the arena floor. What is it? Anything vital or superficial? They came in looking for the tyres and certainly something came off Stinger there. We'll wait and see if that has damaged its manoeuvrability. Doesn't seem so yet. But 13 Black is on the attack. And the spinning disc button has been released. In the centre of the arena, you'll see a disc spinning around. It can throw robots away, off track. 13 Black, very much on track here. And on their way, if it stays like this, to a famous heat victory. The Stinger team are up against it here. They simply can't get any damage done. They whirl and twirl, trying to get themselves into a frenetic frenzy. But 13 Black, stylish and controlled themselves, backing away from any trouble, then coming in on another attack. John Denny at the controls of 13 Black, beaten in Robot Wars 5 in the heats by Corkscrew. Doing well here. Stinger again trying to work up some sort of momentum to get the mace at its finest and most destructive, but it's not getting any purchase on 13 Black. 13 Black turns away. Stinger's mace hangs a little bit limp. He's controlled his machine very well, John Denny. Both weapons are still working. Could well go to the judges, this on style, control, damage and aggression, they'd have to vote. Well, that's not good driving, 13 Black. They were in no peril and they went straight onto the flame pit. That'll count against them. And again, Stinger now coming in. Perhaps they sense that something's gone wrong with 13 Black. As the fight turned, oh, Stinger! In trouble! Drove into the CPZ! Sir Chompalot has them by the mace. Cease is called, they may have been saved by that, but not perhaps by a judge's decision. We'll wait and see.
What a ding-dong battle that was! I would not want to be a judge. Who do you think won? Who do you think won? Oh, the audience seems to be going for Stinger. I'm not sure the judges will. What do you think? Let's see some of the highlights.
Stinger's first attack, but 13 Black caused more damage there. And we're on top, I felt. Then 13 Black came back into it with a couple of mighty blows. Even Stevens, until the very nitty-bitty gritty end, when Stinger was caught by Chompalot.
Well, the audience, I must admit, I've gone for Stinger. Well, the judges have just made their decision, and you're going to be terribly disappointed. They've gone for 13 Black! The 11th seeds! You've gone out!
Well, what can you say? It was a terrific fight. You know, we couldn't have gone down to a better team. It was a fabulous all the way through, and I wouldn't have wanted to be a judge, so...
No, it was a difficult call. I tell you what, your robot is so difficult to get hold of. Even though I think the judges reckon that 13 Black was more aggressive and it won on aggression. But they didn't really do that much damage to you.
No, you probably saw that disc come off. That's just there to protect the tyres a little bit. It's not really that serious, so they didn't do that much damage, I don't think.
Disappointed?
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, I mean, you know, being an 11th seed, you know, you're one of the favoured robots. You expect it to go all the way.
We expected to go further than this, sure. Yeah, we are disappointed. But we've gone down to a good team, so...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please go ballistic, raise the roof. What competitors? Stinger 3! Yes! Well, the audience came out in favour of Stinger. The judges came out in favour of you, and I suppose that's what matters.
Yeah.
How did you approach that fight? Because as I was saying to the boys, I mean, that robot of theirs is so difficult to beat, because you can't really do anything to it.
That's right, it just flips out of the way as soon as you touch it, and then it just bounces and spins round and comes back again, so we've got to keep on hitting it.
I mean, because you got these spinning wheels, I suppose you were just going for the tyres. I mean, it's the only thing you can do, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
But I mean, you were hitting the tyres quite a lot, and it didn't seem to shred them at all.
That's right. Well, we were in the previous fight with them because they were obviously in the same heat as us, and we managed to put a nice dent in the side of their wheel, so we knew it could actually do some damage to them, but whether it was going to be serious enough to stop them was always a bit marginal. But give it a try.
Yeah, you did try. Where do you see the future now? You think you can do it?
We'll give it our best shot.
If you can beat the 11 seeds, it means you can beat anyone, really, surely.
I hope so.
We'd like to meet it in the disc, because there's a lot of saying, oh, you can beat them or you can't beat them, so...
Yeah, I mean, the battle of the discs, that'd be. But you've got 2.
Exactly, so we've got twice the chance of beating them.
There you go, then.
Probably got 1.5 at the minute.
I'll tell you what, I can't wait to see that fight, though. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for 13 Black! Well, you can keep your Botox injections and expensive manicures, because there ain't nothing pretty about Robot Wars. Bye-bye.
I'm just here to point out that Pointless is next on Challenge, the point of which is to get the least points you can. Clear? Let's move on then. Over on Pick, new monkey business starts next, helping out primates from around the world.
Hi, Craig Charles. I was watching you there right now, and I'd like to say I love Robot Wars.
Coming next time, the return of the 12th seeds Tornado, Robot Wars, the 6th Wars, Tenacious, teetering on the brink of mayhem.